Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. Mark Macknick, Chicagoland Tax Professionals. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Portage High School as the Region Sports Network presents live video coverage of Indiana High School boys basketball as the visiting Calumet Warriors take on the host Portage Indians. I'm Mike Dewan. I'll have the play-by-play for all of tonight's action, and joining me with the color analysis is my partner in crime, Zach Miller. Good evening, Zach.
Good evening, Mike. This is a great environment for some high school basketball here tonight in the Portage Gymnasium. You could hear the pep band to our left going crazy. We've got all the fans around us here on both sides filling out the gymnasium here. This is a great place to watch some basketball here tonight.
Zach, it's one of those fun times of the year. Yes, of course, it's always fun for us on the Region Sports Network when we're covering any sort of sport, but when we kind of get to this point in the calendar year, Zach, where it is the student body. Again, we have holiday break right around the corner, which is why the turnout here is quite incredible. We have finals just around the corner, and more importantly, we have some great basketball on our hands. Full swing, and now in the boys' season, we've done a couple girls' games, and now I know it's your first taste of boys' action, I believe, on the year. It's nearly mine as well. But, Zach, to be in kind of this point of the season, of course, they say in 49 states, it's just basketball. But in Indiana, it's something different, and it's good to be here. Again, two great teams coming up here shortly, Zach.
Two great teams coming up here, and like you said, coming up here, the end of the semester going on for the student body, so they're coming on wanting to celebrate, especially before the holidays coming up here. It's a great time to come celebrate here in Portage with two great teams, like you said, with Calumet with some great scoring on their side, Portage as well with a few guys who are some big names here doing some AAU stuff here before the season. It's going to be a really fun matchup.
No doubt about it, Zach. And like you said, I mean, there's going to be talent all across the board. Kind of, the rosters kind of, excuse me, not the roster, but the records kind of show differently. We'll start with kind of Calumet. Obviously, you look at kind of things on paper. You look at, the game intro graphic on your screen. You got 0-4 versus 4-0. And Calumet, it's been a tough start to them, but they do have some pieces of the puzzle, and they're led by, obviously, their senior guard, 6'5" guard, and they call him Johnny Hudson IV.
Yes, Johnny Hudson, he's been getting busy here so far this season, averaging 23.5 points a game, about 5 rebounds as well. His father's an assistant coach here, Johnny Hudson II as well. He had a career-high 40 points this season against Victory Christian here. Mike, he is a big-time scorer from all three levels, and he's looking to get it done here for his Calumet Warriors team.
And hoping to kind of keep in the mix. Obviously, it's been a tough start for the Calumet Warriors and head coach Aaron Mercer in his 5th year at Calumet. And they're taking on the unbeaten Portage Indians in this one, Zach, where this is a very interesting team to see kind of how they'll fare throughout the course of the year, because they were kind of the talk of region basketball all last year. Yes, the season may have ended in a way that they wanted to go a little bit further, but they won a sectional title, their first time winning such since 2001. They're led by, of course, head coach Brian Klaus, Portage alum, who's has taken this program to new heights, and now they kind of graduate a nucleus of seniors from last year's sectional championship winning squad, but a new era of Portage hoops. Despite that, they're 4-0, trying to make it 5-0 tonight.
Yep, they graduated the vast majority of their starters from last year's sectional championship winning team, but they have a couple of key contributors coming back, particularly the two Kobe brothers, with Bryce Kobe, who was a starter last year for them, averaging 17 points per game as a freshman, and then his older brother, Carter Kobe, who's averaging more points than him this year as a junior with 24 points per game. Two great scorers, like we said earlier, two players who had played for the Darius Garland Elite AAU program here. 3 players in total for them on the team, including Dennis Moran III for this Portage team, who have been playing some great basketball, not just here locally, but against some great talent across the nation.
A lot of players that are trying to grow outside of what's going on, obviously, at the high school level, and obviously Darius Garland Elite being on a team I like that with the name attached to that. Obviously what he's done for basketball, of course, at the region level and obviously at the professional level. Pretty cool to see from us here on the Region Sports Network. Zach and I will be back to break down more of this game in front of us. You are watching live video coverage of high school boys basketball. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Welcome back to pregame coverage. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Mike Dewan alongside me is Zach Miller. Aaron Svetlin's on camera. Clint Collins is in the house. He's the man behind the keys on production. We are here live from Portage High School between Calumet and Portage. Before we get into more of the pregame action, we have the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Game Night Forecast, all made possible by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is coming to you live from Portage. Right now, 35 degrees, feels like 22. That weather, Zach Miller and I were walking in. It was not too friendly for us walking in. That wind does wonders. Feels like 22. But it'll kind of heat up a little bit. Heat up, I guess, by our standards. There's a high of 40 today. We'll kind of stay in that range before it kind of dips a little bit down in the weekend. But that is the Game Night Forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Again, thank you all for joining us for this Tuesday night's hoops action. This is not the only game going on the Region Sports Network, so feel free to kind of toggle around. We have 3 games this evening. We'll be live from Valparaiso High School as the boys will take on 21st Century in what's going to be a jam-packed game, a fun one over there. And then also at Chesterton High School, they take on East Chicago Central in a boys basketball tilt. But Zach, great to be back here once again. Calumet again looking to get their first win of the season. We talked about the play of Johnny Hudson, the fourth. A team that obviously they're punching up here tonight. They're taking on one of the bigger schools in the area, an unbeaten Portage squad. What do you want to see, at least from Calumet? And obviously, you look kind of how this season has started, Zach. It's easy to hang your head, but how do you kind of walk out of this one feeling good about yourself?
Well, I'd say I want to establish myself as a team, help establish an identity for the rest of the year. You've only played 4 games up to this point, and you know one thing for certain. You know that Johnny Hudson, the fourth, he's your best player, and he's the player that you want to get the ball when the game matters the most. So definitely you want to get him the ball as much as you can and opportunities to score early on. But I want to say for the rest of them, it's a team game. I want to see if they can establish who's the players after Hudson that they can rely on the most to get them key buckets.
Yeah, some big pieces of the puzzle. Colby Williams, the senior guard, is one of the captains out there as well. Piece to look out for Jaden Campbell, the freshman, also a name we recognize on Friday nights as well. To watch out for those guys as Calumet entering this game 0-4. They previously played Highland, Victory Christian, Hammond Knoll, and they took on Hobart on the 9th. They had a game last night initially, but it is actually postponed. That was against Whiting. For Portage, Zach, 4-0 coming into this game. They had that big opener against Westville. They had another big win at Hammond Central. Actually, they're 4. I'm just realizing this now, Zach. This is their home opener, believe it or not. They had, looking at their schedule, they were at Westville, got a big win there. At Hammond Central, at Knoll, a good game over there against a very good Knoll team, and at Clover Academy. So to open up at home, what do they kind of need to do? They want to try and snowball and to making, obviously, a great season out of this. And, again, the standard's kind of set now, obviously. There was a lot of struggles in kind of the postseason level where they weren't able to kind of get to that mountaintop in the sectional since 2001. Now it's okay. Can we do it again?
But this is now the expectation for them. Yes, they're losing a lot of senior leadership last year that had led them to the sectional championship. With guys like the 2 Cobys and Moran, you have a lot of talent still, as you see with a 4-0 start against some good programs here to start the season. Now you have the expectation they have to go and meet it. They want to try and go for another sectional championship. And as you said, this is their first home game of the season, their home opener. This is going to be their only home game until the 3rd of the next year. So you want to make a big statement here tonight against an 0-4 program in Calumet you want to go against and try and make a really big statement win here tonight for your home crowd for what's going to be the only time you see them for a little bit, too, for a few weeks.
The house is getting packed here, Zach. The stage is being set. The pep band is here loud and proud. We're having a good time here for the Portage boys basketball home opener. We'll step aside here one more time. You are watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, the stage is being set here, Zach. Again, before we kind of tip this one off, I mean, it's very, some of the news kind of heading to the season, at least for us, kind of on the Region Sports Network, is Portage High School is a place we can kind of call home for a little bit. We've struck a deal where we're going to be here a lot. We're going to be kind of, that broadcasting partner of Portage Athletics. And again, to kind of recap in terms of the environment in this place, especially a home opener, and I got to give credit to, obviously, Brett St. Germain, the athletic director here, Luke Elizer as well, for helping us out as always. Pep Band does a great job, obviously, looking kind of the crowd as well coming out here, and what's going to be a fun week, Zach, and just a place that's nearly second to none. You don't really think of, when you think of gyms here in Northwest Indiana, you don't really think of Portage, but I'll tell you what, you come to a game here, it's going to be a fun time.
I'll tell you what, if you want to, whether you're a player, a fan, or a broadcaster preparing for a game, there's very few, if any, atmospheres that are going to get you as well prepared and pumped up for a broadcast as this place with the pep band getting everything going. They're here for the fight song they're playing in the middle. It's an awesome environment here, Mike, and there's very few, if any, places I'd rather call a game at.
The student section is great, and again, like we said, this is going to be a fun place we can call home for kind of these next few seasons. A lot more Portage basketball, Portage anything coming your way, coming up here, and a lot of big shout-outs, obviously, for everybody at Portage for making this possible, as well as you guys, the viewers. But now, obviously, as kind of, the loud noise of the pep band kind of dwindles down, now we'll focus on the national anthems. We got that coming up here very shortly.
River Ball Caps, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by the Portage Big Red Basketball Band.
And a great rendition by the Portage Pep Band. Here's now we get ready for the starting lineup. It's Mike Dewan here. Alongside me is Zach Miller on the call. Zach, any final thoughts as we introduce the starters for tonight's game?
I just want to see some consistency from both programs here. One, for Calumet, I want to see them finally get their feet off the ground here, so to speak. They have this 0-4. Really two programs who are kind of in two different directions right now and two different expectations. I want to see Calumet really try to get a good start here to this game, as they haven't been able to get to this point. And then at Portage, if I'm them, I want to keep my foot on the gas pedal how we have been to start the season 4-0. Both of them really trying to get off to a really good start here. This first quarter is going to be very important for both teams.
You said it, Zach, as the Calumet Warriors are being introduced as starters for tonight's game. Manny Thomas, Colby Williams, Lawrence Westby, Johnny Hudson IV, and Arlanders Robinson. As the lights go out, it must be showtime here for the opener. as here come the Portage Indians. The listed starters for tonight's game: Carter Covey, Dennis Moran III, Josiah Brown, Gavin Moran, and Bryce Covey. We're talking about the environment here so much, Zach. It seems like every 5 minutes or so, it just keeps getting better and better.
I know, as you see the student sections getting really loud and hectic here. They have all their the lights flashing around here with the lights off here. Really awesome.
I almost turned my phone camera on for a second. Join the crowd here every day. You see the phone lights are on as the starters are being announced. As Portage trying to make it 5-0, while Calumet obviously hoping to get their first win of the season. Before we get going, be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. Always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. As we are ready now to tip this one off between the Calumet Warriors and the Portage Indians. Up there for the tip, Bryce Covey for Portage. And number 5, Lawrence Westby for the Calumet Warriors.
Big time feel here, Mike.
Good to be back. Calling boys hoops, always fun on the Region Sports Network, as Calumet will take over the first possession of the ball game. Kobe Williams will handle things to start, trying to get the ball into Hudson. And jumps the route there is Carter Kobe, but steps out of bounds. Had the steal, tried to tightrope it. But could not get the steal on that one. Could not tiptoe all the way in bounds.
Yeah, would have been looking to make a big, we were talking about before the game, making a big statement to start this game. If he would have been able to stay in bounds there, he would have been able to do just that.
Calumet in their all reds with the black numbers, white accents as well, while Portage wears their home whites with the red accents. Gets it into Westby. Dribble drive to the right, out to Williams. Deflected once again so far from Portage on these first 2 possessions, if you will. Some fast hands so far. That one knocked out by Bryce Covey, a sophomore.
2 brothers already making their impact here, felt in the first couple possessions of the game on the defensive end. We were talking so much about their impact offensively. Here they are in the first 2 plays, making their impact defensively.
So here is Johnny Hudson IV, the do-it-all guy. Takes a mid-range shot. That'll be off the mark and recovered by Portage. Trying to push this one up the floor. Bryce Covey with the rebound. Covey will kick it out to the corner. That is Brown for 3. No good. Rebound from Moran III. Goes up strong off the glass and no good. Rebound Hudson. This will be kicked out to the corner. And deflected and out of bounds.
Great pressure there by Josiah Brown to force the deflection there on the end. They're getting their hands really active here the first few possessions here for this Indians defense. A few different players making their impact felt already, getting these deflections.
Again, 3 games on the Region Sports Network tonight, so feel free to toggle around. A lot of Duneland action as well. It's going to be an exciting night of hoops. Going to be inside to Hudson there with a tough layup, and that's good. Hudson gets on the board first for the Warriors.
Nice play getting inside there.
Now Portage will take over. There's Gavin Moran. Swings it to the corner. A methodical offense the Indians typically are. Looks like Calumet will try and counter with the zone. Trying to dump it down, though. No good there. Rebound Hudson. They will try to move to Manny Thomas. The layup will not go in. Is now wrangled in by Gavin Moran.
Good rim protection there by Kobe.
And we got a carry on Josiah Brown, the junior guard. Portage has been trying to push it in transition once they kind of get those rebounds before they slow it down. Calumet so far doing a good job on their defensive end. Obviously an unforced error there.
Yep, and that's what you want to do if you're Calumet. You got to force them to make some errors by getting back in transition defense like that and have to make 1 or 2 more decisions than they really want to.
Portage kind of ramping up the pressure a little bit as here is Arlanders Robinson, a senior. As that pass is stolen away, Bryce Covey. They will kick this one up to Carter. Carter with the right hand lay is good. Little English.
Little English on the finish there, Mike. Little fancy. Great play by Bryce Covey to get the ball from going out of bounds, move it up.
Hudson, two guys in the same spot. Now it's Thomas. Kick it out to Colby Williams. Portage throws on the trap. And they will burn their first timeout of the ball game. Aaron Mercer of Calumet. I believe this will be 30 seconds here. Just trying to avoid any sort of, again, Portage likes to get you in those corners, get you in those areas, Zach, where, again, force timeouts like these.
Yep, you could see that already here in the first couple minutes of this game where they've been forcing a lot of pressure on the ball handler and forcing pressure in the passing lanes where they're not going to have any easy decisions to make here for the Warriors offense. Every decision they make is going to be under stress. And you've seen it already now where they've had a few steals and a few deflections already.
Again, 3 games on the Region Sports Network tonight. Zach and I will be sure to provide Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates, but 21st Century takes on Valparaiso in some boys action, and East Chicago Central takes a trip to Chesterton. As the Duneland Conference is going to be a very, very fun race to the finish. A lot of great teams, Crown Point as well. Chesterton, they're definitely reloading. And Valparaiso as well. Don't sleep on the Vikings. And, of course, you got these Portage Indians. As Calumet comes out of the timeout, dumps it in low to their star. Mid-range is good. Second bucket here in these early minutes for Hudson.
That's the guy you want to get going here early, Mike. You want to make sure he's getting a rhythm if you want to have any chance for the Warriors to compete in this game so far.
Well, looks to be kind of this 3-2 zone here for Calumet. And again, Portage very methodical. Want to take their time. A team that shoots the ball fairly well. That time is going to be a deep 3 in the left wing. No good there.
That's a shot you're going to be willing to give up there, Mike. You're going to be willing to give up those long three-pointers and have him beat you with that.
That was Josiah Brown on the miss, and that time going to be in. We're going to count it. And the foul there. So that's going to be and one for Johnny Hudson, who all 6 points right now for Calumet.
Yep, I want to say did that. No, I don't believe it went in there. I believe they're giving him 2 free throws here. I believe it just rimmed out there. I know it looked like it went in, but it just rolled out at the end there. So he's getting 2 free throws.
Well, that's premature. Thank you, Zach, as the first free throw is good. Nah, he's in the wrong spot there. That's
He's shooting well from the line, though. You might as well give him 2.
You know, right? We don't want to jinx him. I might have marked him down already as he make the first of 2 free throws here, but Johnny Hudson, the 6'5 senior, misses the second, so we'll fix my scorebook, but a hot start here for the senior guard.
That's exactly like we said, who they want to get going here for their offense.
Now Porter trying to figure out this zone. Going to be an outside 3 once again. No good. Skies up for the rebound. Goes up strong, and a foul there on Manny Thomas as Dennis Moran III came in, flew in for the rebound, and will shoot 2.
Very athletic play there, flying in from the long outside shot, long rebound. Comes in from the outside, sprints in, jumps for the rebound. Was able to put it up, get a body on, felt the contact on him, put the ball up knowing there was contact or a foul, going to the line.
I believe look at the foul on Manny Thomas as the first free throw is good.
Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. 21st Century up 13-12 over the Valparaiso Vikings at the end of the first quarter.
Thank you, Zach. Things are already moving over there in Valparaiso as Moran III goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now 5-4 reads your score. And that time Hudson walked. Felt the pressure there from Carter Kobe.
If Carter Kobe was able to put a body into him and forced him to turn the ball over there before he can get to the half-court line. That's what this Portage defense here already in this first half of the first quarter, you can see what their identity is defensively. To get up into you, get up into the ball handlers, and force mistakes.
A team that plays stout defense, as solid as they are offensively. Now dumps it down inside, breaks the zone there. That's Bryce Kobe with the floater.
Great bounce pass into Kobe there to break that 3-2 zone there. Get it into the middle and force that little floater hook shot. For the 2.
6-5 now. Portage's first lead of the ball game with 4 minutes to go. Dumps it in low. No good there. Gets the rebound is Manny Thomas. Goes up strong off the glass. No good as well. Rebound Kobe. Kobe trying to push the floor. Tries to throw it to his brother, but is fouled on the play. The foul will be on Hudson.
If you're Coach Mercer, I'd try and get in Hudson's ear here. That is not the guy you want to pick up a foul in the open court there to stop him from scoring. If there's any player on this Calumet team you do not want to get in foul trouble, it is Hudson.
It does stop the fast break, but you said it, Zach. This guy is just about everything for the Calumet Warriors, averaging about 24 points a game. Ascoy's up for the potential block. Got him on the pump fake there, and that'll be Dennis Moran the third again. He'll shoot 2.
Great pass to the interior there, Moran. He found a way to sift through that zone there, get a nice shot inside. You could tell a great pump fake. If you see the guy flying in the air towards you, and he's got to catch his fall on the way down. Really good eye fake there to force another 2 shots to the line.
That is Westby on his first foul of the ball game. Again, one of those scary plays is the first free throw is good. When you get a guy up in the air, just hope nobody gets kind of their legs swept under him. But glad to see everyone's all right. We're ready to play. 7-5 now reads your score and make that 8-5 as Moran goes 2 for 2 from the line.
But great sportsmanship on that play, though. He was the first guy to help him up, though, as soon as they both went down.
Portage puts on the pressure. A little bit of miscommunication here from the Warriors. They got to get the ball up across half court. And I don't know if they will here. Throws it up and just gets it across half court. Now goes up strong, and that'll be a foul on that one. As Hudson took it strong into the cup, and Bryce Kobe, will be the one with the foul there.
I like seeing Hudson, his energy to start this game. He's really making his presence felt on the offensive end here. He's really trying to get the ball to the rack, forcing some fouls on him, getting himself to the stripe. Really like his energy thus far.
That is the second team foul on the Portage Indians. As the first free throw from Hudson is good, as he has all 6 points for the Calumet Warriors here in the early going. As this place is loud. Second free throw on the way is good.
I don't know if I could talk over that if I tried.
The student section's great. Obviously, everyone's hungry for some more Portage basketball. There's looked to be a back screen there. I believe we'll get an offensive foul. Drew up a nice play for Bryce Kobe. An open look. But they'll get him on the legal screen there, Zach.
Yep, Emilio Cameron, he had a moving screen there. There's usually, if you see either A, it could be an incredible screen, or B, if you see a guy get that open, it might have did something illegal. So he's able to get him open, but at a cost.
3 minutes ago, full court pressure is still on, and they're going to be an easy steal there for Portage. Mid-range jumper, up and away, and good. Dennis Moran now with 6 points in the ball game for him.
Shot that with confidence. As soon as he got the ball off the catch in the fast break, pulled up inside the three-point line.
Moran had a big game against Culver Academy in their last game. There's a lot of contact down low, and they'll stay down here. But a bang-bang play between Johnny Hudson. I believe we had down there for Portage. That was that Emilio Cameron?
Yes, it was.
So just like that, that's Cameron's second, if I'm not mistaken. Now a 3 for Calumet on the way. No good there. Going to be a rebound by Moran the third. Out to Carter Kobe. Kicks it out to his brother. Pass fake. Top of the key. 3 is no good. Rebound Warriors.
Tell Cameron wanted to get one back there after a couple fouls. He shot that one, wanting it to go in really bad.
Going to be a trap here, and they'll get him for 5 seconds. This Portage defense so far, yes, some things to clean up a little bit here, but they still kind of force some turnovers here and there, Zach, and they really try and trap you and kind of, on the sidelines over here.
With this trap-heavy defense, you could see both the pros and the cons early on here, where one, you can force a lot of turnovers, but two, you run the risk of fouling a little bit, and you've seen both early thus far.
Now 10-7 is your score in favor of the Indians. They'll swing it out to the corner. Out to Bryce Kobe, 16 points a game. We'll kick it to Moran for 3, no good. Rebound Calumet now in transition. Ball's on the floor, recovered by Portage. Kicks it to Kobe and one. Carter Kobe, as the Indians worked in transition there, off the steal, the junior with the layup there, the hoop and the harm, if you will.
Great hustle there, getting the steal in the half court, able to force it up, get it to Kobe. Great little floater finish on the right side of the hoop with the foul.
Carter Kobe, an elevated role this year. Only averaged 6.8 points per game as a sophomore. His younger brother actually was kind of a bigger piece of the puzzle, arguably, last year, but stepped up big, 23.8 points per game, and hoping to kind of best that total on a per-night basis tonight as the free throw is good.
And the brother connection like that, he had to have been letting him know about it as the younger brother every time.
His pass is inside, layup is good for Manny Thomas. The first Calumet Warrior to score that isn't named Johnny Hudson the fourth as the three is underway and good. Dennis Moran, the third for three.
Great play by Carter Colby there to force the pressure inside, force the double team, and get the defender off of Moran to leave him open.
A smooth layup there by Hudson with the right hand.
Moving it from left to right there, same hand, but there's a lot of movement there. Keep it away from the defender.
Long range three for Portage is good. Josiah Brown.
This gym is starting to get really loud here, Mike, with every play going the Indians' way.
And the pace has picked up as a nice save from Brown. Back in transition, layup is up and no good. His place would have exploded as Carter Colby tried to draw the and one there, but we'll be going to the line for two.
I was bracing for impact there, Mike. I was grabbing on anything I could when that ball went up, because if that one did go in, like you said, this place would have erupted.
Portage is starting to kind of force those steals, and good D leads to easy O. As first free throw for Carter Colby is good. Colby now raises his total on the game to 6, leading the team in points per game. One of the top shooters in the area as well coming into this game. 50% from beyond the three, only 67% from the line. But a piece that has really stepped up in 2025. The second free throw goes in.
I'll tell you, if you're Coach Klaus as well, you already expected the production you're getting from Bryce Colby, but now you get that much more from Carter Colby.
A lot of contact inside. Once again, Hudson goes to the rim tough here, Zach. Drawing a lot of fouls here early.
I want to say that's already the fourth foul he's drawn on the defense, fourth or fifth. He may have gotten all the foul calls already here from the Portage Indians. His presence has been great here to start for them, forcing these fouls, because that's going to be their way to keep in this game, Mike.
DeAndre Head is in the ball game. That's who the foul was on, the junior. As first free throw is good for Hudson, already in double digits. As Hudson, if you're somebody like that who is aggressive, got to be solid from the line as well here, Zach. 74% clip from the charity stripe.
Yep, you got to make the most of your opportunities to get here, especially for him who lives there, especially this far early in this game.
Second free throw is good, so very, very efficient from the line is Johnny Hudson. 21-13, under a minute to go here in the first quarter of some boys hoops action. Bryce Colby kicks it to the corner. Brown for three. Good again.
He's feeling it to start here, Mike. That's already a couple he's made with confidence.
The second three of the ball game, that time from the corner. Mid-range pull-up. Good. Johnny Hudson. He's feeling it too. Layup on the way. Put back is good. Bryce Colby follows it up.
Colby to Colby connection. Even if it were coming off the rim, that's both the brothers making a play there.
10 seconds to go. Calumet with the ball. Pull up here is good. Colby Williams. Portage tries to answer. Colby with the floater. Got it. Come on. Can you keep up, ladies and gentlemen? Do not blink. Having a lot of fun here in this first quarter of action. Portage leads 28-17 over the Calumet Warriors. This is game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Back here at Portage High School, Mike DeWan's here, Zach Miller's here, Aaron Svetlin's on camera, and Clint Klaus is the man on the computer this evening. A good crew on hand as we have had quite the first quarter on hand as well. It's 28-17 in favor of the Portage Indians, as they will take over now to start the second quarter. Found a lot of success making possessions move quick with their defense, as this time Calumet gets the first steal of the quarter. And a batted ball that will stay down here for Calumet. Yeah, Zach had to catch our breath after that first quarter.
Oh my goodness, the floater from like 15 feet away after the defense, and then the great defense on the shot where Hudson made it long two, and then he shushed the Portage crowd.
But this time Portage takes over. Oh, and what a play! What they will call a foul on that one. It was Carter Kobe versus Johnny Hudson, and I believe he got him on the chase down. We got the replay here. You tell me. But Portage got the steal off the inbound, and one of those bang-bang plays. I heard a lot of ball up here, Zach, but that's not our call.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't see the body contact from here. The ref had a much better angle than us, but I'll tell you what, that's good on good. Hudson on Carter Kobe there. That's one of the best plays you're going to see all night, even if they ended with a foul.
But more importantly, that is the second foul on Johnny Hudson. So whatever call it is, it was a foul. And more importantly, like you said, Zach, that's one of the players that we got to kind of stay in this ball game with his second foul now early in the second quarter. His second free throw was missed, but rebounded by Portage. Kicks it out for three on the way. No good. Short. Rebound, Manny Thomas. Leading all scorers is Hudson with 13 in that first frame for Calumet. As the trap put on once again, Thomas in trouble. Kicks it to the corner. Three underway is good. That time, that looks to be Jaden Campbell, the freshman.
Tell you, in the atmosphere here, it's getting nice, Michael. I mean, I saw every time they're making a bucket on the other end for Calumet, they're saying something to that Portage student section. Each got words for each other. It's been fun.
And a three from the volleyball line, no good.
Oh, maybe half a foot closer.
The rebound up and is good. That time, Apollo Gibbs in the ball game for Portage.
You got to keep concentration. The rebounding is part of defense, Mike, especially defensive rebounding. You got to finish the play by getting the rebound.
Gibbs limited action on the year, but his first bucket of the ball game. The mid-range pull-up, I think they got him on the arm there.
Yeah, he did. You see, they're really, Calumet in comparison to Portage, they're really trying to operate within the three-point line, getting to the line, maybe a couple mid-range pull-ups, pull away the defense, but they're really trying to operate within the three-point line.
And they will get him with the shooting foul on that one. That's Josiah Brown's second, so some guys kind of already in foul trouble, if you will, when we talk about Calumet and their ability to get to the line here so far. First free throw underway from Westby is good.
A quick Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update from our East Chicago at Chesterton game. Chesterton currently up 20-14 in the second quarter.
A lot of great Duneland ball tonight. Although all non-conference matchups, his second free throw is off the mark. And good to kind of see, how these teams fare against some quality competition in the early stages of the season. Because before you know it, conference play will be right around the corner here, Zach.
It's fun to see all these out-of-conference matchups, like you said, to see some of these better teams play against each other that will not be in their conference. To see how they play against teams that they're not used to playing in years past either. It gives you a different look and prepares you for games later in the postseason.
Now Carter Kobe on the left wing, passes inside to his brother. Mid-range jumper is good.
Good ball movement, even better against a 3-2 zone like that. You got to have some good player movement to find the open spaces in that zone. Bryce Kobe made a great play cutting into the middle of that free throw line to get that pull-up jumper.
Now a 12-point lead. Three is on the way for Calumet. That one is off the mark. Rebound, steps out of bounds. There's Jaden Campbell. This three was shot from Lawrence Westby. Jaden Campbell, a fun piece we talked about on Friday nights. A freshman quarterback, got some limited action this year. Also a big quarterback as well. 6'5" frame, a freshman too as well. Watch out for him on both the court and the football field.
Yeah, if he grows any more after being a freshman.
Bryce Kobe from the volleyball line is good. From way downtown.
Calumet's giving up that shot, and as you would think, to give up that long three-pointer, you wouldn't think you'd have to guard it. They might have to start guarding him out there and extend that zone.
Mid-range jumper is no good. A rebound is off of Portage. Yeah, it's kind of one of those shots, Zach, where it's like, no. Oh, yes, and it falls in.
And once you start getting to the third and fourth made one of those shots, Mike, if you're the Warriors defense, you might have to say, all right, we got to start guarding it out there, and then that opens up the space getting inside.
Portage as a team shoots 37% from beyond the arc as another floater off the mark, and he'll still stay down here just off the hands of Gavin Moran, the freshman.
I felt like a deja vu play there. I felt like you just saw the same play twice off the inbound going out of bounds.
Shot is up, and this time Portage will wrangle it in. Moran, the third with the rebound, Dennis Moran. Moran now mid-range at the elbow. That one's no good. Rebound by Bryce Kobe and put in.
We've seen a couple times from both the Kobe brothers, Mike. One of their best traits is feeling where the ball is going to come off the rim for those offensive rebound putbacks.
And the older brother, Carter Kobe, tried a back pick there and was the one with the foul. But yes, Bryce Kobe, 4 points in the first quarter, already bested that total, now 7 here in the second frame. Has sprung this lead out to a 17-point lead, 38-21 in favor of Portage. Mike DeWan here alongside me, Zach Miller, Clint Klaus, and Aaron Svetlin makes up our crew this evening as Portage takes over again, pushes the ball up the floor to Moran the third. That's good. Timeout, Calumet. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, Zach. A Portage defense really starting to kind of come alive here and really just making offense easier here when you have layups right there, uncontested.
And then what you could tell there, you know how you could tell when a defense is operating at peak efficiency, Mike, is when you have the best player there in Hudson, he's going down to try and recover that loose ball, and 3 or 4 different Indians tried to poke that ball away from him. It wasn't just one defender making the effort. It was the whole defense going and scrambling to make that play defensively, leading to the open court transition bucket. It takes a whole unit defensively, not just one, not just 2 guys. It takes the unit working together to make these stops and turnovers, and that's exactly what the Indians are doing up to this point.
Portage through 4 games, Zach. They have 64 steals on the year. You do the math, but that is a pretty good clip, and a team that wants to make these buckets easier when they can get out in transition, but a team that's obviously having quite the second quarter here now, are only limiting Calumet to 4 points, while Portage has sprung out in front 12-4 here this quarter.
16 steals a game will do, Mike.
Good stuff. That's good.
Shout out to the Gavin math department. Don't know if I can say, we do.
Hey, quicker than me.
You didn't see the calculator app open on my phone, though. So. That part's not getting the credit. Now we could credit Zach GPT on that one.
I like it. There you go. Looks like got a little blood time on the floor for you wrestling fans out there. I think we're all good. Not very extensive.
Checking if Danny Bell's listening now. Send his ears up like a bloodhound.
We'll have plenty of more coverage going on. Wrestling, too, as well. This weekend will be fun. But basketball, I think we're in line to have 4 games go on Friday night. So that's going to be a fun one, both boys and girls. So watch out for that on YouTube, Facebook, and regionsports.com. Now, over 4 minutes to go here in the first half as Portage strung out to a big lead. Corner 3 for Calumet. That one is off the mark. Rebound by Kobe. Kobe now goes to the heart of the defense and backs it out to Moran the third. Way downtown. That one's no good, but Portage out hustling Calumet here. Bryce Kobe for 3. And a rebound. It will stay down here. Tripped up is Moran, but it will go the other way.
So that ball's going to go in Calumet, Mike, but they've got to do a much better job, Calumet here. They've got to finish these defensive possessions. They're able to force some misses, Mike, but there's just far too many chances here where they're able to get their own offensive rebound off of long shots and then long rebounds going outside by the three-point line. They got to clean that up.
Calumet, a team, Zach, that we'll get into that a little bit later as we already got quite the action. Guys diving on the floor here all around. They'll stay down here for Calumet, but talked about Portage being on the road to start the year. Calumet had to kind of as well. They had a new gym. They had renovations going on all summer. And they finally, I know they hosted the wrestling tournament this past week, and they had the Trikoff. They had their first home game against Hobart, a beautiful facility they got over there now. Floor looks great. And just see that project get done. Super, super cool. They finally have a place to kind of call home and some new digs as well.
Just brings the energy for the whole team and the whole program, Mike.
Thomas will kick this one out to the baseline. This is Williams. Dribble fake will shoot the floater. That one's off the mark. Rebound goes to Kobe. And they will get a foul. I believe that's on Manny Thomas.
Hand checked in there coming up the court.
Correction, that one is on, I believe that's Williams. Yes. Kobe Williams picks up the foul there for Calumet. That's his first. As under 4 minutes to go. 40-21 in favor of the Portage Indians. 2 fouls aside here in this latter half of the second quarter. Bryce Kobe, dribble drive with the right hand, no good. Rebound Hudson, who's had a quiet second quarter to his standards, as the ball was knocked away, and it will stay with Calumet.
This is what we were talking about beforehand, Mike, where you're going to have moments like this where your star player, he's not able to get the points that he was in the first quarter. This is where some other guys, they have to step up here and get some offense going for the Warriors.
Hudson had 13 of the 17 Calumet points in the first quarter, and has yet to score here in the second frame. It'll go to Williams. We'll kick it down low. Good pass there. And a deuce there for the Warriors.
Just
that time a quick travel. So Calumet will quickly take over right after that one.
That's as great of a two-play sequence as you want to see there, Mike. It's a two-man action, not including Hudson there for the Warriors, and then forcing a quick turnover off the inbounds. That's exactly what you want to see from Coach Mercer.
Naquan Jackson with the bucket for Calumet. That time is taken away. The Kobe connection out beyond the defense is good. Carter Kobe.
They've been living in transition here early, Mike, whether it's getting the points in transition or forcing some turnovers.
Now 2.5 here to go. Tight roping. Got him with a little push there. Is Carter Kobe. His second foul of the ballgame.
You know how you said how he hasn't been able to get it going as much as he was in the first quarter? It's because Coach Klaus and his coaching staff have made a good adjustment to not let Hudson get inside the free throw line as much as he was in the first quarter. He does a lot of his damage the closer he gets to the hoop, and once he gets past that free throw line is where he does his best damage.
Now quickly draw 2 fouls in a row. This time around is on Moran. Got him outside of the three-point line, got him on the wrist. Starting to draw some fouls. Draws a lot of attention is Johnny Hudson, who has had quite the story. And his dad's an assistant coach. As the ball is still in play after going off the ref. A little bit of gamesmanship out there between Hudson and Moran III. As Calumet's looking for something here. Williams, nothing going. Kicks it out in front of the student section, short. Rebound Portage.
Exactly what you want if you're the Indians defense.
Push it up the floor, and a little bit of miscommunication there. Pass was intended for Bryce Kobe. Missed all 6-3 of them.
Yep, had him for a skip pass there open in the corner. If he would have been able to connect on that, it would have been either an open jump shot there in the quarter or maybe a chance to drive to the paint and see what could happen.
What has been a big second frame here for the Indians. It was 28-17 now. 42-23. As here is Kobe Williams. Dumps it down to Hudson. Hudson back pick again. Just nothing going for the senior. Williams tries to find something. Kicks it down to Hudson. Mid-range jumper. That one is no good. Bang, bang play, but that'll be a foul on, that's Lawrence Westby. Skying up for the rebound was Bryce Kobe.
Both the Kobe brothers, Bryce Kobe on that play, they've been able to really make their hay inside, whether it's getting those offensive rebounds on that side or defensive rebounds on this side. They really sky up for those plays when on those 50-50 balls. They always seem to be the ones that end up with them.
Josiah Brown checks in as Apollo Gibbs comes off the floor here with now north of a minute to go here.
Quickly, I want to make a Strickland Van Til hometown scoreboard update. 21st Century leads Valparaiso 26-17 at the half.
21st Century, one of those top teams in the area. A lot of great talent, despite their class size. We'll get him on the bump there. So that is Jackson picking up his fourth. His first, excuse me, number 4. On the dribble drive there. As the Kobe brothers, they'll play a lot of minutes. I don't know if they've left the court just yet. This goes up strong with the right, no good. It's slapped on the wrist. And the foul is drawn there by Miranda Portage.
Tell you what, Carter Kobe there, I don't want to say it, but he looked a little bit Darius Garland-like there. He moved. That was a great little hezzy into the go-ahead there. I mean, that was a nice move. Froze the defender. Didn't get the shot to fall, but that was a really nice move to freeze him.
Gavin Moran elevated minutes here tonight as the first free throw is off the mark. That's the second foul on Calumet's Jackson. Moran averaging 5 points a ball game in these early parts of the season. Moran looking for his first point of the evening. Second free throw does not get the shooter's touch here. Now 45 seconds and counting to go. Just kicks it out to Westby. Tries a tough shot. No good. Rebound Calumet. That one's no good. Up amongst the trees and gets the and one is Manny Thomas.
Great concentration there by Manny Thomas. He's able to get the offensive rebound not once but twice. Got fouled the second time. Able to have the concentration of mind to be able to put it up with the hoop and the harm.
And that will be number 3 on the freshman Gavin Moran. As he will sit now probably for the remainder of the half. As Apollo Gibbs checked back in. Free throw is off the mark. They will let you hear about that one. Still kick it to the corner. The student section does not pull any punches here, Zach.
No, they do not. They make sure you hear them in the crowd, and if you don't, they will point you out and make sure when you're at the line or doing anything, they're going to let you hear about it.
Love the gamesmanship. Nice dribble drive here with the left hand. That's good. Dennis Moran, the third.
Way to punish him inside there. Just get around that corner there around the left side of the free throw line.
Clock is ticking, and he walked. Might have had the shot there at the wing was Johnny Hudson. I believe they will call it here in the first half. So at halftime, your score reads 44-25 in favor of the host, Portage Indians. We'll be back here to break down the first half. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. Mark Machnick, Chicagoland Tax Professionals. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Back here on the Region Sports Network, this is Game Night on the Region Sports Network between Calumet and Portage. As the score reads at halftime, 44-25 in favor of the host Portage Indians. I'm Mike Dewan. Alongside me is Zach Miller. Before we kind of break down the first half, Zach, we got 2 Strack and Van Til scoreboard updates. Your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We got 3 games in total on the Region Sports Network, and we'll start it off with what's going on in Chesterton, Zach.
Going on in Chesterton, the Trojans lead the East Chicago Central Cardinals 32-23 at the half. And in Valparaiso, the score is 21st Century 26, Valparaiso 17 at the half. So 2 close games here, Mike, for our other 2 matchups here going on the Region Sports Network.
For all you Duneland Hoops fans out there, this is the place to be. Feel free to toggle around those 3 games going on. It'll be a jam-packed season for us here in the Hoops world on the Region Sports Network. But Zach, about this game right in front of us. Calumet showed a fair amount of fight in kind of the early stages of the game. And since then, the Portage defense has really kind of strung some things together. And really in that second quarter especially, limited Calumet's start.
I'd say there's been a bit of, I'd say most of the factors and variables in the first 2 quarters of this game, Mike, have been quite similar to both, except for one thing. In the first quarter, Calumet was able to get Johnny Hudson going for their offense. And in the second quarter, they were not. He scored all of his 12 points in that first quarter, Mike. And the Portage Indians defense did a much better job in the second of not letting him get inside the free throw line, where he was able to do all of his damage for the Warriors offense, where he was able to get to the free throw line, finish inside, everything inside that free throw line. Once they stopped that, they've been able to have a lot more success defensively, where they're able to continue getting their transition points, forcing turnovers, but now they're just limiting the star player for Calumet from getting the points.
Johnny Hudson, to my count, still leads all scorers, had 13 in the first frame, 0 in the second quarter for Portage. Some top scorers for them. Look at Dennis Moran III, who had a big first quarter, followed up with a solid second. He's got 13 as well, on the earlier comment. Carter Kobe has 10 points. His brother Bryce Kobe has 11. So we're seeing kind of the stars shine for Portage, and more so kind of seeing that depth as well, seeing pieces, again, like Dennis Moran III step up.
Yep, Dennis Moran III, he's been able to step up. Josiah Brown's made a couple of key 3-pointers there, particularly from the top of the key, to stretch out that 3-2 defense that Calumet was running there in the first half. That's what it takes for this team. We know that a couple of the players at the top between the 2 Kobe brothers and Moran are able to get things going. But it's these guys at the end, toward the end of the starting lineup and going into your bench unit. If those guys are able to show up, it really increases the ceiling for this Portage team going on even past this game.
Got some replays shown for you, put on by Clint Klaus and shot by Aaron Svetlin. A great crew on hand here as we will be back here to break down more of the first half action. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Back here, bringing it back to you live from Portage High School as we have a tilt between the Portage Indians and the Calumet Warriors. 44-25 in favor of the host Portage Indians. Mike Dewan alongside me is Zach Miller. Zach, any kind of final thoughts here as we kind of put a bow on the first half, which, again, like we said, saw some fight from Calumet, and again, a great first quarter from Johnny Hudson IV, but Portage really kind of flexing their muscles, showing their depth, and really kind of made things troubling for that Calumet offense, especially in that second frame.
For Calumet, I want to see them try and get some others involved. One, I mean, you want to try and keep Hudson involved, get him back in the flow of the game where he was scoreless in the second after scoring 13 in the first. So you want to get your star back in rhythm, but also knowing that your guy isn't going to be able to score all your points where he is a star. You got to try and find and create some plays for some of your other players to take the load off of him scoring-wise so he doesn't have to score everything. Now, if you're Portage, though, do much of the same what you did. Keep that pressure. Don't let your foot off the gas pedal here. You're able to force so many turnovers here in the first half and play your style of play with that pressure-heavy, trap-heavy, and getting out in transition. Don't change anything you do. Just make sure, you may be up 19 points here going into the second half. Don't change it because I'll tell you what, if you let a team like Calumet and Hudson back into the game here, they will take advantage of it.
After these 4 quarters of action, be sure to not go away anytime soon. We got 3 awards to hand out on the Region Sports Network. We have the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They are the insurance professionals. We also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And finally, the Proud to Be Union Play of the Game, all made possible by Iron Workers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. We'll take one more break here, and we'll be back with second half action from Portage High School. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Back here on the Region Sports Network as we get ready for second half action between the visiting Calumet Warriors and the host Portage Indians in some boys basketball. Again, loaded night on the Region Sports Network. 3 games going on. Zach and I will be sure to give you Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates, but in case you missed what other games we're doing, Chesterton hosts East Chicago Central and Valparaiso hosts 21st Century. So very, very exciting all around. And we got a great one here tonight between Portage and Calumet as Portage used a big kind of second half to the first quarter and a big second quarter outscoring Calumet 16-8 in that second frame to bring us to our score here. 44-25 in favor of the hosts. As Calumet will start things off here in the third quarter. And quickly, Portage already making things tough now. Manny Thomas with the ball. Gives it to Colby Williams. Williams on the left wing. We'll find our Landers Robinson. Williams, dribble drive, high pickup. Floater with the right hand is good. Nice move there.
Great floater, get around there. You saw Portage just having a bit of a weak side defender there. Help on the defense there. Wasn't enough there. Great finish.
Williams' second bucket of the ball game. As this time, top of the key, 3. That one's way off. Rebound there, and that one's good. Gavin Moran, his first points of the ball game.
I'll tell you what, Mike, you see Brown, he put the hand up pointing to him. He said, that was a pass, making sure to tell that to the statistician. That's what I do. I do that move all the time. I pass the ball a lot. I just make sure it looks high like a shot.
We'll see how generous the scorekeepers are here at Portage High School. Mid-range, pull-up, tough shot. That one's no good. Rebound tries to be saved, but cannot. That shot was off the mark from Johnny Hudson. Lawrence Westby tried to keep that one in bounds.
Everything but going in there. That's the shots you want, though, Mike. You want those long pull-up twos. Those are the shots you will give up as a defense.
I think one thing for Calumet, you want to try and keep your head, because we talked about that Portage student section kind of on that end of the floor in the first half, and don't want to try and chip into the sleep with some bad shots. As that one is off the mark and wrangled in by Manny Thomas. Colby Williams now going to the right. And travel.
Exactly like you said, though, Mike, especially you don't want to let them get in your head, but don't let yourself get in your own head. If you have a couple, down big here, few unforced errors, you don't want to make a mistake like that, but you just got to keep yourself composed and keep yourself in this game, because you get a couple, basketball's a game of runs, Mike. You make it a few stops and a couple scores, you're going to be a single-point game.
Back cut is fumbled by Dennis Moran, but put up that one off the mark. Another rebound by Manny Thomas working hard, but that one's picked off. Portage floater here from Kobe. Short, gets his own miss. Right hand is good. Carter Kobe working tough there for his 12th point.
Just like we were saying earlier, Mike Carter, he does an incredible job collecting his own miss. Whenever he does, he's able to get the hustle for it.
And another takeaway from the Indians. Razzle dazzle. That one's good. Carter Kobe again. Good pass there from Moran the third.
Yep, Moran, he was having a little trouble collecting the ball. They was able to make a nice little left-handed pass right to him in momentum for the finish.
Inside there, nearly dunked home from Westby. Oh, dribble has it. Looks like he lost it on the way up. That one was Josiah Brown, but drew the foul.
Yep, great move there, curling around the screen there, going inside to force the foul. That's what you want to do, try and get a little more fouls. You don't want the clock to drain, so to speak. If you're a Portage, you want to try and drain this clock, take advantage of that lead you have. But if you can, just try and force some fouls, get these guys out of here.
That will be the second on Colby Williams. That will send Josiah Brown to the line. Had a big first quarter, quiet in the second. His first one is good.
But that's what you're looking for in players that aren't your star players, Mike. You just want to get contributions at key moments of the game, make your presence felt. And maybe not won't be all game long, but have some points in the game where you could look at this part of a game and say he had his fingerprints all over it.
Josiah Brown had limited action last year, only 4.4 minutes per game. That number has boosted to 25.5, so one of those pieces that you have that many seniors graduating from last year's squad. Needs to step up here. And a steal here from Portage. Layup is good from Dennis Moran.
Moran and Carter Kobe there just playing a little bit of volleyball there, double teaming on the press at half court, forcing the turnover in the finish.
They are relentless, Zach. That time ball is dumped inside. They will kick it out to Johnny Hudson the fourth. Turns that one over. Carter Kobe, him in the rim. That one's swatted away. Rebound, Kobe is good. Valiant effort there from Johnny Hudson to Bryce Kobe there to clean it up.
That was the second time. The first one was a foul, but that's the second time he's been able to catch him there. But great concentration by the Portage offense there to collect the rebound.
They'll have a full timeout. We'll take a break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Back here on the Region Sports Network as we had a big play just before the break, and we also got a Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. Zach, what's happening over there at Valparaiso?
Our scoreboard update in Valparaiso, they are up 35-31 now at the end of the third quarter. They were down coming into the half, Mike, able to shift that momentum. They're taking the lead going into the fourth. And then for our Chesterton East Chicago Central game, Chesterton is currently leading 49-34 with 1 minute left in the third quarter.
Some intriguing matchups up there as that last play on the replay. Bryce Kobe cleaned up a big-time block from Johnny Hudson. Right-hand layup is good from Westby.
I like some of these plays that Westby's making down low. We're looking for some guys outside of Hudson to make plays for Calumet.
And gets Kobe on the slip, uses the right hand and gets it to go. Kobe now up to 6 here in the third frame.
He's fearless going to the rim, Mike. He is not afraid of contact.
Floater underway, no good. Hudson just cannot buy one ever since that first quarter. A nice bounce pass there with the dime.
Brown to Moran there. Just a beautiful bounce pass right in the shooting pocket there.
And another takeaway, this time Kobe going up with the right. That one's good.
Got to be a little more careful with the ball there for Calumet.
And you just do not want this to snowball. You blink here, Zach, and just like that, it's a 31-point ball game. Another takeaway from Portage. Pull up three from the left wing. No good. Skies up for the rebound is Hudson. Hudson trying to buy a bucket. Pivots. No good. Puts it up and finally gets the lid off the rim. Delay a game down there, too.
Yeah, finally was able to. He couldn't buy a bucket there for a quarter and a half or so, Mike, but finally he's able to follow through with his shot and get it in there. You see he is tired in midcourt right now, trying to do his best to keep his team in the game.
Sense of relief as looks like Calumet's kind of shuffling the deck here. Jonathan Ross, a freshman, enters the ball game, as well as Walter Thompson.
Let's see, get some new fresh faces in here, see how they handle varsity basketball, Mike. In great environment here like Portage High School with the student section and everything. See how they handle big lights here.
More so some adversity. As he carried with that one was Carter Kobe. Try to keep it in his right palm there, Zach, and maybe an extra step or two.
Let you know who forced that turnover there. Number 14, Jonathan Ross, just coming in like we're talking right on cue. Make a big play, forcing a turnover on the star player.
Calumet still trying to kind of break this zone. They will kick it out to the aforementioned Ross. Thomas was open, did not want to shoot that one. We'll give it to Hudson. And another takeaway. Bryce Kobe for three. Transition threes. He's got it. That's the new age, Zach. Three's better than two.
Stop, pop, and drop the shot. Great. Just a pull up there, like you said, 20-25 basketball.
Ross for three off the mark. Rebound Moran, the freshman, up to Kobe. Gives another corner three, Josiah Brown. That one's good. It's a party.
Start with the plays in transition inside and then work your way out.
And it's a steal. Brown up to Kobe with the left hand. That one will fall. You said it's a game of runs here, Zach. Well, Portage is running.
They're getting everything they want, both on the offensive and defensive ends, Mike.
They will kick it out, and that one will be out of bounds. Going the other way.
Like we said earlier, though, with Calumet, this is a part where, you know, these are going to happen sometimes, Mike. We're going to have things not go your way. It's how you handle yourself in moments like this where they aren't going your way to really make good learning moments for yourself.
And now the clock will run here, Zach. Again, you blink, and it's a 70-33 ball game, so the running clock is into effect. As this time a steal now going the other way is Calumet, and throws it down is Westby. Hello. With the right hand, punches it.
He's had a couple moments, Mike, where he showed us the potential to throw it down there. Once he finally got a space in the open court, he almost took the rim down with him.
Oh, my goodness. That'll bring some life in this Warriors squad. Wing three, that's off the mark. Battles for it. It'll go the other way. Manny Thomas in the mix. And we got that foul on... there, I believe that's Gibbs, Apollo Gibbs with the foul.
Tell you what, it didn't drop, but you cannot give Brown any look on the outside. He is looking for three-pointers every time he gets an open look.
Gibbs gets it right back, draws the charge on Johnny Hudson. That'll be going the other way. That's Hudson's third ball game.
I'll tell you what, at this point in the game, though, Mike, I just want to keep that relevant of that aggressive nature, particularly in this part of the game. You know, it's not that you want him to foul out, but you want to keep him aggressive at the end of the game here for the rest of the season. You don't want to take that aggressive nature out of him for scoring, because that's when he was at his most successful.
70-35 now. This time another steal. Watch out here. Westby trying to go up, and that one cannot go. Try to go up with the right hand. Rebound here from Portage. The brother-to-brother connection. Spin move with the layup is good. Lights, camera, action. Carter Kobe
And then the steal off the inbound for Josiah Barron quickly for the 2 points. Just a spur of momentum here for this Portage defense.
Oh, my
Forcing
goodness.
the timeout from Calumet.
We'll take a look at the replay here. I believe that will be the quarter, actually, but blink and you'll miss it. Miss the dunk there. Well, it was just a whole lot of highlights all across the board, if you will, here, Zach. We'll step aside here. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Back here on the Region Sports Network for fourth quarter action. Blink and you'll miss it. Portage jumped out in front with an even bigger third quarter as that one set back. Carter Colby with the block and put back in. Manny Thomas gets a deuce.
See, even at the end, even in this fourth quarter up big here, Portage still not shying away from their defensive versatility here inside.
Right-handed floater. That one rims out. What has been an exciting game overall here, Zach. We got 3 awards to hand out, believe it or not. We'll talk about those later in the broadcast. Corner 3 underway for Hudson. Off the mark putback is good from Westby. Just came alive here in the second half, Zach.
Yeah, came alive here as you see Carter Colby. He drives to the rim, forces the foul. Fluster wouldn't be the right word, but it's so much happening at once. So you get to the end of the quarter, you get 2 buckets within 2 seconds of each other. You know, you get to the end, it's just a spur of momentum here from the Portage Indians to end that third quarter to just completely, if there was a chance for Calumet to get into this game following the half, Mike, what we were talking about, Portage shut the door and then some. In that third quarter, particularly that final couple minutes there, where they just were getting their hands on every ball and every pass, it felt like, forcing turnovers and making countless points in transition.
A team that has been really playing to that environment. One of those pieces is Carter Colby, who has 21 points in the ball game. Had a 10-point third quarter, a lot of highlight plays. He's having a stellar junior season. That one rims out. Rebound Hudson. Yeah, it's been back and forth and overall exciting game here at Portage High School. As Johnny Hudson, who's put together quite the career for Calumet, came back here in his sophomore year, was previously at Avon for his freshman season, did not make the team. Came home to the region and has been just a solid piece for this Calumet squad. It looks like a line change here for the Portage Indians. As looks like the starters will come out here to a standing ovation. A well-deserved standing ovation.
Yes, well-deserved.
Hudson, the 3 is good.
Yeah, Mike, they did their job and then some tonight, getting the 75 points there from the starting unit. Great work here against the feisty Calumet team, man, especially where Hudson got it going early with their star player. You know, they put him in check, though, for the rest of the game, and they were able to have their way.
Johnny Hudson now becoming that piece for Calumet as he gets the steal there as well and gets tripped up. There with the trip, that's DeAndre Head in the ball game. One of the few new Portage Indians now checking in. Isaiah Hunter, Keyshawn Brown, just to name a few. AJ Yates as well getting some action.
Yep, we're going to provide you with a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update courtesy of your local neighborhood Strachan Van Til Market. We have the East Chicago Central is down 51-41 to the Chesterton Trojans here midway through the fourth quarter.
As Hudson wrangles on the three.
And then
we'll get another look at that. It looks like Yates now in the ball game having some fun, and Hudson's now having a fun fourth quarter as well. Fouled hard and one. Big finish there. Big fourth quarter here from Hudson.
Yep, Hudson having a good fourth quarter. You could tell the emotions get a little bit in there. He was very happy after that and one there, letting them hear about it. The officials both getting in there saying, that was a great play. Be happy about it, but just make sure not to go over the line and celebrating afterwards. But a great finish there with the foul.
Now Paulo Gibbs with the foul there. Again, a bang-dang play, trying to chase him down. Referee having a good word with Hudson, who he kind of made the bucket. They both kind of fell in the same direction. And then maybe some pleasantries were exchanged, if you will. Some happy holidays, if you will.
But that's a great moment though by the officials. You don't need to tee them up there. Make it a learning lesson. These are younger men here trying to find their way. This is exactly what you don't need to tee them up there. Just make it a learning lesson there. And tell them that's not what you need to do there.
Hudson missed the free throw, but does get the ball back after batted back by Gibbs, and now tries to go at him, and Gibbs wins that battle. Layup there is good. Keyshawn Brown. It's his first bucket of the ball game. Goes to Canary Brown, chucks it. That'll be a backcourt.
Whether it's the reserves or the starting unit, Mike, these Indians, they are executing their game plan to perfection still, forcing that pressure and turnovers on one end and getting out in transition on the other.
Team that is also just not pulling any punches. Now out to Isaiah Hunter, dumps it down low to Gibbs. Will try to go up amongst the trees, and now rebounded by Hudson the fourth. Out in transition, absorbs the contact, and will draw the foul. Keyshawn Brown picking up that one.
So you see Hudson now, he's finally getting back to his game that he was looking for in the first quarter, getting it moving in transition, forcing the ball inside, either getting the finish or forcing a foul for some free throws at the line. Just a little bit too late here.
Hudson putting together quite the fourth quarter, has 7 points to his name, raising his game total to 22. Unless he makes the first free throw there.
Yep, and then just to give you the other Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update, 21st Century leads 50-40 with 1 minute, 13 seconds left in the game.
Ooh.
Back and forth contest there, Mike.
21st Century's for real. They got a cat named Terrence Hayes that could... He is a problem.
You want to talk about taking the rim down? We saw that earlier in this game. You get Hayes out in the open court, you might have to make a replacement by halftime.
21st Century, a great squad. Again, Doolin, though, especially as well. Valpo put together a good start to the season. Chesterton, another game we have on the Region Sports Network. Round Point's going to be in the mix. And these Portage Indians, that shot is sent back there from Jaden Campbell. Portage potentially on their way to 5-0 again. They will not play a home game until January 3rd against South Bend, Washington. So we will see this gym next year.
Exactly. We were talking before the game about wanting to give the fans here, if this is their home opener for the season, they aren't going to see them until next year. We want to give them something to be happy about, Mike. We want to give the home crowd and the student section before they go out for the semester and go out for the holidays, give them something nice to remember about your team. I don't think there was much of a performance they could have put better than what they did tonight.
Jaden Campbell will go to the line for Portage moving forward. If the results hold, they will advance to 5-0. They take on Kankakee Valley at Kankakee Valley this weekend, this Saturday. Then on the 23rd, they take on Lafayette Jefferson in a tournament. Then on the 3rd, yes, they take on South Bend, Washington here in the new year. A big game on the 9th at home against Valparaiso. A big 4-game stretch at home. South Bend, Washington on the 3rd. Valpo on the 9th. EC Central on the 10th. And Lake Central on the 16th.
If they play similar to how they played tonight, Mike, I think they could handle and hang with anybody, particularly with this way they're playing, trying to play up in you, trying to get this very physical defense, force turnovers, get out in transition. If they are able to execute the game plan the way they were able to tonight, they can hang with anyone.
What's a fun sectional 2 as well, as Campbell absorbs the contact, goes up strong, but Cannot get the buck, but the clock will continue to run. No, that's sectional 2. A couple Dumoulin foes usually. I believe Hobart's in that sectional, as well as Chesterton, Valparaiso. So a sectional that, again, obviously Portage won last year. And the one that could be up for grabs once again is Campbell. Hits the first.
Yep, and if they're able to get great contributions as they have from both the Kobe brothers and Moran like they have tonight, I mean, I put a name like Josiah Brown from the outside and different contributors other than the big names, they may be able to repeat.
Goes up strong there is Walter Thompson with the N1.
This is what you want to see, though, Mike. In a game where you're down big, you want to see some of these players that weren't getting opportunities early in the game, particularly non-Johnny Hudson minutes, to get some points. And to a program now, you're going to go 0-5. You want to try and get some answers. You know what you have in Hudson. You know he's going to be able to score and be the bell cow of your scoring on your offense. But you want to see some other players step it up to be able to be some second and third options.
Free throw off the mark, but now helter-skelter for the basketball. Who's got it? It's Portage. As a back pick there, and then it'll be a foul. After a lot of scrambling. Maryville as well, and that's sectional 2 as well, and they got a cat named Charles Hardiman. I believe our peak performers came out this evening, at least the top scoring leaders. He is number 1 in the area, so again, another Dumoulin team as well that could make this season just so fun.
When you have a player that's averaging 35 points per game, Mike, you're going to be able to have a chance to win any game in the Dumoulin Conference. And if Hardiman's able to keep that up like he has in the early start, they're going to have as great a chance as anyone.
As a hard foul there, and as the clock continues to run with under 10 seconds left, I believe everybody can just about pack their bags and put a bow on this one as Portage moves to 5-0 on the season with a 77-53 victory over the Calumet Warriors. Zach, your initial thoughts on this one?
This was a great win for the Portage Indians. They were able to execute their game plan to perfection. You could tell going from the tip-off, Mike, they wanted to play aggressive. They wanted to play defense right up in the Calumet offense, force turnovers, get out in transition, and from forcing the ball inside from that, then you're able to get a couple outside shots when the defense is having to collapse on the interior. They were able to execute their game plan perfectly, and this is a blueprint for them to try and go for the rest of the season, especially going into Dumoulin Conference play later on.
All right, we'll take a lengthy break here on the Region Sports Network. Zach and I do have 3 awards to hand out. We'll put a bow on this one as well as provide maybe some finals from our 2 other games going on throughout the region. We'll be back here. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between 2 people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Cambridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Back here from Portage High School as the final reads 77-53 in favor of the host Portage Indians. They took care of the Calumet Warriors in what was a total team effort, if you will. Some of the top pieces, Carter Covey, who we may talk about later, 21 points, led the Indians in that department. Dennis Moran III poured in 17. Bryce Covey, the brother of Carter, had 18 of his own, and Josiah Brown, jersey number 13, also scored 13 points for Calumet. Really kind of led by their star once again, Johnny Hudson IV, who we'll get into maybe a little bit later. Some pieces of the puzzle kind of showed up, but it was all kind of Portage in this one here, Zach.
Yep, Portage, they were able to force their will and their game plan on them early, Mike. They were able to get them out, force a lot of turnovers, especially there were a lot of deflections early on leading into turnovers. Calumet starting early, they were able to get Johnny Hudson IV the ball, get the ball inside, slow the game down a little bit. That was what they were trying to do, because if they played a fast-paced game to the pace that Portage wanted them to, it would have gotten ugly for them. And they were able to hold that off a little bit in the first quarter, Mike, getting Hudson the ball. But once Portage made the adjustments coming into the second quarter, preventing Hudson from getting inside the free throw line, it was all Portage from there on out. They were able to force a bunch of turnovers, get out in transition, and once people were able to crash inside on their interior shots, then you had players like Brown and both the Coveys making some outside shots to where they were just raining in points from everywhere.
Portage now moves to 5-0. Again, they will take on Kankakee Valley this Saturday at KV. They'll take on Lafayette Jefferson on the 23rd, and then they'll be back here for the new year on the 3rd against South Bend, Washington. For Calumet, they dropped to 0-5, hoping to get in that win column here shortly. A lot of pieces of the puzzle that are very, very talented, but it's been a tough stretch to start 2025. They will be at a neutral site against Andrean on the 23rd, and they will be at Bowman Academy to start the new year on the 6th. Zach, we got two Strack and Vanto hometown scoreboard updates, or two of our other games on the Region Sports Network. Hit me.
Yep, starting off with a game that is final, we had the 21st Century Cougars. They won 58-48 over the Valparaiso Vikings. And then for a game that is currently finishing up here, we have the Chesterton Trojans up 64-44 with less than 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter.
So two big results there, all courtesy of your Strack and Vanto hometown scoreboard, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. All right, our final segment of the evening as we put a bow on this game. We got 3 awards to hand out, of course, and we'll start it off with our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Super Hero of the game. I might have gave a little bit of a spoiler when going through the score and the scoring breakdown, but I think we got to give it to Carter Covey, the junior, who, again, kind of had that limited role as a sophomore behind some big pieces, but has stepped up big here in this one and then poured in 21 points and led Portage to this victory.
We mentioned all of their starters getting into double digits and having nice games, Mike, but he is the straw that stirs the drinks for this Portage Indians team, Mike. He was able 21 points, but it was louder than that in reality. He had a great box score night, but also he was making his presence felt defensively, getting countless deflections, both on the weak side, preventing at the rim, and then also leading their defense, forcing turnovers at the half-court line. He was able to get a lot of rebounds, particularly offensive rebounds. That's what helped Portage get out ahead, was getting a lot of offensive rebounds off their misses early. He did everything for him tonight, Mike, offensive, defensively, and leading them into this big victory.
And if my count was correct, if he did score 21 points, that would be his 4th straight game with 20 points or more. A big shout-out to the junior, Carter Covey, who has had quite the start to this 2025-26 campaign. Now moving on to the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. We'll shift it over to the Calumet Warriors. We got to give it to Johnny Hudson the fourth.
Yep, Johnny Hudson the fourth. He was able to get his score and go in this game. He was the guy whenever Calumet was looking to get a bucket, whenever they needed to say, we got to score here, they were looking for Johnny Hudson. He was able to get inside early, able to make his presence felt defensively as well. He had a couple of nice blocks, particularly in the fourth quarter. He had a really nice chase down block on Carter Kobe in transition. They weren't able to get it done tonight, Mike. They maybe were a little outmatched with the defensive intensity from Portage here in this raucous environment with a great student section and everything, But he tried his hardest, and he performed very well on both ends of the court.
You said it, Zach, and looking at Hudson, he had a game-high 25 points, a big fourth quarter, big first quarter, and someone who should hang his head high despite what's been a rough start to the season as a team, somebody who's a very bright spot in his final season with the Calumet Warriors. And finally, we have our proud-to-be Union play of the game, all made possible by Ironworkers Local 395. A little razzle-dazzle here, Zach. A lot of transition plays, and this time a nifty pass led to an easy deuce.
Yep, you see Bryce Kobe getting the rebound off the miss, passes it Josiah Brown, takes one dribble, bounce pass from half court to Moran to finish the bucket in transition. That was really a symbol of what they did all game, Mike. They were able to get the defensive stop, get the rebound, push it up to half court, one dribble, beautiful bounce pass to Moran to finish it at the bucket. It was a beautiful play. You see bounce passes like that, Mike. I mean, it was just curved in into one pass. Didn't have to readjust to catch the ball at all. Right in the pocket for him to just take it, lay the ball up with all movement. Didn't have to move off his course at all. Just clockwork basketball.
I know you were deemed the replay king at one time, but you may have some competition at the end of our table with Clint Klaus putting on the replays here for us, but a lot of razzle-dazzle, dropping dimes there on that one, Zach.
I don't think it's competition anymore. Clint Klaus has had me beat for at least close to half a decade, I'd say, as long as he's been here. So
the new replay king, Clint Klaus, and we got plenty of people to thank here, including, I guess, the new replay king as well, and the former replay king. But this job cannot be done without our management crew. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our producer and the new replay king, Clint Klaus. Camera was Aaron Svetlin this evening. For the coaches on both sidelines, Aaron Mercer of Calumet and Brian Klaus of Portage. And the athletic directors here at Portage High School, Brett St. Germain and Luke Elizer, the assistant athletic director, for always getting us set up. And great second-to-none hospitality here at Portage High School. And, of course, you, the viewers, on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports, those on the IHSAA Champions Network and RegionSports.com. And, of course, my broadcast partner this evening, also our coordinating producer, Zach Miller. I am Mike DeWan signing off. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be Union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. Mark Macknick, Chicagoland Tax Professionals. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.